Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're deep diving into Toposolids, one of the most game-changing features in recent Revit releases. Whether you're new to site modeling or a seasoned BIM pro, this is your all-in-one guide. We'll cover what Toposolids are, how they work in both 2024 and 2025, and the best practices to make your site design faster, cleaner, and more accurate than ever. All right, let's begin. Let's start with what exactly Toposolids are. Toposolids are Revit's new approach to topography, replacing the old Toposurface system. They are more flexible, more powerful, and they let you model real-world site conditions with greater accuracy. Starting in Revit 2024, Toposolids became the standard for site modeling, and in 2025, they've gotten even better. So you must be wondering, why switch to Toposolids? Well, for starters, we have more accurate site grading, easier editing and shape control, better integration with the building elements, and enhanced phasing and excavation tools. Oh, and don't forget, you can also have customizable contour lines and materials in the Toposolid system as well. Now let's move on to how to actually create a Toposolid. You got several ways to create Toposolids. You can either start from scratch, sketch out a boundary and start shaping, or from CAD or CSV import, you can just bring in survey data or CAD files, select the contour lines, and instantly generate a Toposolid. Easy as that. And in the 2025 version, you can even start from mass surfaces. This feature is fairly new in Revit 2025, so you can convert a mass surface directly into a Toposolid. Pretty convenient, huh? Editing Toposolids is intuitive. You can either add or move points by placing points to raise or lower specific areas. Use numerical values for precision, and you can even modify boundaries simply by editing the sketch to reshape the parameter. You can also broad strokes. First, place major elevation points like around buildings or roads, then refine for detail. In the 2025 version, you can even snap to model elements. Snap Toposolid points to walls, floors, or model lines for perfect alignment. Let's move on to contour lines and visualization. Let's start with customizable contours. Set primary and secondary contour intervals in the Type Properties tab. View overrides by adjusting contour visibility and line weight per view or project-wide as well. For material assignments, assign different materials for grass, pavement, and other surfaces. Then let's talk about subdivision and splitting Toposolids. Subdivisions can be done by adding a new layer like a road or a parking area on top of your site. Set thickness and materials, and also, quick note, subdivisions can't go below the main surface, which means this is great for overlays and not for cutouts. Splitting, on the other hand, you can use the split tool to divide a Toposolid into separate elements, ideal for complex grading or different site phases. Then we move along to the excavate tool, select the floor or slab, then excavate the Toposolid beneath it. Revit calculates the cut volume automatically. No need for computing. Voids, on the other hand, are for custom cutouts like underground structures, use in-place voids, or massing forms to carve out spaces. Perfect for basements, tunnels, and retaining walls. We move on to hosting elements on Toposolids. Site components can be done by placing trees, parking, or site furniture directly on the Toposolid. Railings and curbs, host railings for curbs or edges. Floors and slab edges. Some elements like slab edges only work on horizontal surfaces, so plan accordingly. Final stretch, let's move on to phasing and graded regions. Assign phases to Toposolids for existing versus new construction. For graded region tool, clone your existing Toposolids and then edit the new one to reflect the site changes. Revit tracks cut, fill volume so you know exactly how much earth to move. Then, view filters, toggle between existing and new site conditions to visualize changes and quantities. Now that we're familiar with all the tools and features in the Toposolid system, let's talk about tips and tricks to make sure that you site design smoothly. First off, broad strokes, then refine. Start with major points, then add details later. This will save you time and hassle when changing your Toposolids. Use model lines for snapping. Sketch out key alignments with model lines for faster, more accurate point placement. Avoid splines. Toposolid points won't snap to splines. Stick to straight or arc lines. Keep points manageable. More points means more accuracy, but also more complexity. Find the right balance for your project. Check contour settings. Tweak contour intervals and line weights for clear, professional look to your drawings. And that's everything you need to know about Toposolids in Revit 2025 and 2024. If you found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe, and let me know your Toposolid tips in the comments below. For more deep dives and tutorials, check out the links in the description, and don't forget to subscribe.